Alright, the 2027 Rugby World Cup pool draw is complete, and the Springboks might have a tough road to the World Cup final. Tougher than I thought. I thought with this whole new system that it makes the path, especially for the band one teams, a bit smoother to the semi final, but no, not in this one. Not for us. I think South Africa got a little bit of the short draw to stick, maybe New Zealand and Australia as well, but let's get right into it. So we are Pool B, South Africa is Pool B, and we have Italy, Georgia, and Romania in our group. I think that's a really good group, especially if you're looking to get some good game time for the players, some intense matches going forward, especially leading into the knockout stages. Because I think those games against Italy and Georgia could potentially, if we do win the pool, could be more intense than our first knockout game before the quarterfinal, if we do go that far. So I do, at how it looks now with the knockout, the round of 16 is the Pool A, the Pool B winner will play Pool D, E, F's best of third. So whoever's the best third place team there. So let's have a look at D, E, and F. You have, it'll probably be the likes of Uruguay, Portugal, USA, Samoa, or Tonga and Zimbabwe. Hopefully it is Zimbabwe, because hope we were going to root for the fellow Southern African team, and that they have a really good team, guys. If you haven't seen the Zimbabwe team, go look. They are really good. They have some incredible players. I'm going to really be following them going forward and making some videos of them as well, so stay tuned for that. But it will be the likes of Uruguay, Portugal, USA, Samoa, Tonga, Zimbabwe, unless those teams get a bit of an upset. But that's probably the likes of the teams that we could play if we win our pool in the knockout stages. Then in the quarterfinal, it'll probably be the Pool A winner if we do win our pool, which looks like it could be New Zealand or Australia. So that's going to be very, very interesting to see. I mean, the Springboks did beat France in their own World Cup, but I think New Zealand and Australia, even though they're not on their best form right now, when it comes to the World Cup, they are two of the other better teams, as well as England. So that's going to be very interesting, and it's going to be very interesting to see how South Africa manages the players. Like, you got to play your strongest team against Italy and Georgia. There's probably only going to be one game, Romania, where you rest your key guys and play the other guys. So you might not see as many of the second teams or B teams going forward playing. But I think for South Africa, that Romania game is probably one where they'll target rest for the players, and then Italy and Georgia go full on with the full strength team or try to get the selections correct. Then obviously the round of 16, you're probably going to play your best team to get them match ready for the week after the quarterfinal, if that's the way that South Africa goes. Just the way I think it's going to go now with common sense, maybe. Obviously, if we don't win our pool, let's have a look and see Pool B runner up. Let's try find Pool B runner up here. Pool B runner-up will play Pool F winner. So if we don't win, then we'll probably, if we don't win our pool and we come second, then we could be facing the likes of England or Wales if Wales win, which I'm pretty sure England will win their pool. So that's going to be very interesting to see what happens there. But for now, it looks like all roads lead to a quarterfinal against Australia or New Zealand. So that's going to be very interesting. I'm very excited to see how that goes. I do think the support for South Africa at this World Cup will be good, especially being in Australia where there's a lot of expats. A lot of people probably will be travelling from the UK and all around the world that are South African fans, as well as just the local population there that are like a lot of Springbok fans. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. And the Southern Hemisphere World Cup, you could get a lot of Southern Hemisphere teams supporting each other. So that's going to be very interesting to see what happens there. So I think support-wise, the Southern Hemisphere teams will be almost like home games, unless you're playing against Australia or New Zealand, which will be tough. But yeah, I think it's going to be a very interesting World Cup for South Africa. I think that Italy game will be a good one to get the players match ready, get some very good selections in there, and then Georgia as well, because those teams, I think Georgia and Italy are going to be fighting it out for a second place in the group. I do think either one of those, both of those could make it through with the new best third place finisher that can make it through, because I think Italy and Georgia are very evenly matched, and I think those are going to be very good games for South Africa to have going forward. So I'm actually happy with that pool. Obviously, it's a bit weird which pool it is because of the quarterfinal, but you got to win all the big games. You got to beat every good team if you want to win the World Cup. So that's just something you got to do. But it is going to be very interesting to see how they do selections and how they manage the players going forward. I do think the key things from this World Cup will be managing the players and getting the players the right amount of match fitness and game time. It's going to be very interesting to see how the lead-up games go to the World Cup, because I think because of the way the World Cup is this year, obviously the 2023 World Cup, we had Ireland and Scotland and Tonga, which was really physical, good games to have to get ready for the quarterfinals, which I think helped us, especially with that France game where honestly, when I saw we had France in the quarterfinal, France were just training up, and I thought, okay, well, damn, this is a problem. But because of all our good, the strong, intense matches we had in the pool stages, it kind of helped the Springboks going forward. So I think that the Springboks are going to use those, not pre-season, it's still international matches, but the games before the World Cup, the games leading up to the World Cup, they're going to use them as probably like treat it like World Cup games, because you're going to have to get those match fit, you're going to have to get the players match fit and ready at that intensity for if you do face the likes of Australia or New Zealand in the quarterfinal. Because then if that's the case, you're going to be going, if you make it through, it's quarterfinal, which is, you can treat it like a final. Semi-final is going to be treated the intensity of a final, and the final, which is basically the same as 2023. So it's going to be very interesting to see who the Springboks select for those games and how they manage their players and how they go about things going forward. So the next 2 years is going to be crucial. And I think the pool we have now might have just changed the mindset for the coaches of how they prepare as well going forward. So it's going to be very interesting to see what they do. And I'm very excited to see that pool. I think Georgia and Italy as well, that's going to be a cracker match. I honestly can't tell you who's going to win right now. So that's what I like about it. It's going to be awesome. And even that round of 16 is going to be very interesting to see, because we're going to have, even if you do beat a team by 40, 50, you're still going to have to play your best players and get them playing as if it was a semi-final or quarter-final, because it is a knockout game and anything can happen. You can't treat it like it's not. So it's going to be very interesting to see, and I'm so excited for the World Cup, and I will be doing a lot more deep dives for the Springboks and all the other international teams going forward into the World Cup, who they should choose, how they can get to the final, some of the player ratings for their seasons, and who I think's at the top of the depth chart for each position. So we're going to do a lot of those videos going forward, guys. So thanks so much for the support, and we'll see you in the next video.